Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine, and I want to give you an update on the busy tropics out there, and of course the track on Hurricane Florence, major Category 4 storm, and it has its sights set on the East Coast, especially the Carolinas. Very quiet around much of the United States, not the case in the Atlantic Ocean. Take a look at all these different systems that are active right now, including 3 hurricanes. This actually happened last year when we had 3 hurricanes at one time churning, but there's also a 4th disturbance out here. By Thursday, Friday, the National Hurricane Center says this might become a tropical depression. If we end up with 4 active systems in the Atlantic Ocean, that hasn't happened since 2005, that record year with Katrina. There haven't been 4 hurricanes at one time since 1998, and way back in 1893, only 2 times on record. We're not saying that's going to happen, but as of now, we've got Category 4, Major Hurricane Florence, Category 1, Isaac, and Category 2, Helene. So very busy out there. That's not too atypical though, because check this out. We are right at the peak of hurricane season. So this is the climatology here, and it shows the frequency of tropical storms and hurricanes. And so we are right at the peak of basically normal activity. And then after mid-September, we start to see the number of storms really start to go down on average. Here is the latest stats for Hurricane Florence. Pressure low at 939 millibars. You can see that tightly well-organized eye right there. It is moving right now directly to the west and a little bit northwest and around 13 miles per hour. Right now, a little over 1,000 miles east-southeast of Cape Fear, North Carolina, and this could be heading that direction. Winds in that storm sustained at 140 miles per hour. It makes it again a very strong Category 4 hurricane. Here's the forecast. By tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday, 3 p.m., it could strengthen to 155 miles per hour. That would be just below Cat 5 strength. It makes a little more of a turn to the northwest as we go to Wednesday afternoon. Still very, very strong, 150 mile per hour winds. And then as we go into Wednesday late day, we already might be experiencing tropical storm force winds along the Carolina coastline. The forecast right now has this storm heading towards either South Carolina, North Carolina, or up towards Virginia. So this is the cone of uncertainty, as it's called sometimes, cone of confidence, either way you want to go here. So this shows that the path could take it all the way down to South Carolina. Could be in the middle of this path towards North Carolina, or could be on the north side here towards Virginia. Either way, the time frame right now is 2 p.m. Thursday right along the coastline with winds at 140 miles per hour. That would still be Category 4 strength. And then after it moves a little bit inland, it would drop off its intensity pretty quickly down to tropical storm force. So initially, obviously the damaging winds, which could cause widespread damage, and then you've got storm surge and flooding as well. Those onshore winds are on the right side, that right quadrant there, and then this would be offshore winds on the south side of the storm. So the worst part would be that northern half. Now, this is the latest weather model data. You can see those tropical storm and hurricane force winds, and this is the spaghetti plots that we often tell you about. These are the different weather models and their prediction. They're really tightly packed, so that increases the confidence when all the different weather models are coming together. And you can see right now the center of that heading towards the Outer Banks of the North Carolina area here, and there's all that broad swath of tropical storm force winds as well. This shows us the 10-day rainfall total, and notice 2 things here. One, we stay really dry. High pressure is going to set up. Now remember, high pressure is sinking air. Clouds need to go up to create raindrops. So that is the opposite for us. We stay dry, possibly through September 20th at least. Now the opposite's happening here is this storm could get hung up and hang out over here around the Appalachians and towards the mid-Atlantic coast. This could add up to over 1 foot, 2 feet of rainfall, nearly catastrophic flooding possible in some areas if that scenario does happen. The reason why this could happen, high pressure over us, but also high pressure over the Atlantic Ocean. So basically you've got flow this way, flow coming in from this way, and this storm gets stuck here in no man's land and can't really get kicked out into the jet stream winds. So again, that major secondary issue here could be lots of flooding up and down the East Coast. Either way, we're going to watch this very closely in case you have some interest along the East Coast. And we're going to watch this very interesting setup over the next several days. Again, the latest track has it heading towards South Carolina, North Carolina, or Virginia by early Thursday.